following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
It's Tuesday. You are in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. We're in the SWBC podcast studios, and the Toledo Rocket has returned.
I'm back. I'm back in this thing, man. And look, I missed y'all. Man. I missed the show. I missed, just cutting up with y'all on this thing. So I'm back, man. For the rest of the season, I'm here too. By the way, I won't be taking no more.
He took Victory Monday too.
Yeah, he's lying.
There was bad weather.
That man had Fast Friday and Victory Monday.
That's why we won. That's why we won.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well, welcome back. Glad to have you.
Back. Thank you.
Glad you made it.
First off, I want to say welcome.
Special guest, Barry.
Welcome to the Players Lounge.
Your son when church come to see you, man. When church show up, we got some good stuff to talk about.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great ride.
You can tell a man has been hanging out in California when you come in with a long sleeve sweater. You in Texas.
The weather was immaculate. I will say that, man. I'm out there, like a little cruise sweater, feeling great.
Like I said, I can tell when someone's been in California.
Yeah.
You still feeling it. Okay?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Do you smell wine?
Oh, here we go.
Coffee and wine.
I smell wine.
Breakfast of champions. Right? Breakfast of champions.
Brie cheese. Grapes.
Don't forget the cheese board out there, man. You got to bring the cheese board to play.
Charcuterie.
Right? I ain't gonna lie, man. That is some good stuff out there, because it's the real deal, man. It's the real deal.
So you going on vacation next, bro?
No.
Goodness.
I don't have that kind of money. Shad Khan didn't pay me. Shad Khan didn't pay me.
No, just urban and church. That's it.
Exactly.
Just urban.
Being urban. Back I seen my boy Urban. No, I ain't seen him.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I tell you what, Urban, I'm feeling real good because John Gruten is now plastered all over the place, okay?
Ooh, Jay Gruden.
Yes. So Barry Church is here, the ultimate survivor, Danny McCray. You can catch him tomorrow on Survivor. He's on the cast this year, season 41. So catch Danny McCray. Both of these guys are former Dallas Cowboys players, undrafted free agent safeties. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter. The beauty of the Players Lounge is we want to take you and give you an insight into how players feel about these issues.
Without a doubt.
And in Las Vegas, there was a bombshell dropped yesterday in the National Football League. And we must talk about it on this show because, by the way, the Cowboys do face the Raiders on Thanksgiving Day. And the person who's going to lead the Raiders now is Rich Bisaccia, your former coach. We'll dive into that. But let's first hit on John Gruten, who on Sunday stepped to the podium, told everybody he had a racist bone in his body. You got Tony Dungy and Mike Tirico on ESPN putting on these capes for him, flying through the air. If he says he's not, we must believe him. So they sat there and everybody, give John a pass. Let's forgive him. Let's move forward. Then, bam, here comes the New York Times. So he not only is a racist, he hates women. He hates gay people. He hates the NFL safety protocol. He can't stand Roger Goodell, calling him homophobic names.
Yeah, he went at Goodell harsh, huh? And I don't think that's the end of it.
I
think some more is going to come out eventually, I believe.
Well, let me tell you something. If you think the New York Times, they didn't time that up, they was like, oh, that's what he said? We about to drop this one. You know what I'm saying?
Here's how that kind of stuff happens in investigative journalism. So the Wall Street Journal comes out, and they have it. So the Wall Street Journal has it, and then within that, Gruden admits that he called Roger Goodell an inflammatory name. We never knew what it was. So I am just how I've seen this happen. The Wall Street Journal came out with theirs because they've got wind the New York Times has that. Because the New York Times had a whole lot more. Okay, it was a lot more in there talking about how they got pictures of the Washington cheerleaders with just bottoms on. And
650,000 emails is what I read. They were investigating.
So they've got all. So the Times has all this. Somehow, some way, somebody from the Wall Street Journal got a little taste. Like, let's get something out here quick. And then it follows up because Gruden knew that there were other emails. He knew that, and he was just trying to sit up here and protect himself a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Times is, okay, now we've got everything we need. Boom, here it comes.
He tried that Eminem approach to it. I might have said a couple other things, tried to get out in front of it, but he couldn't do it too far. I mean, and the thing that I kind of scratched my head with was with the racist comments. You would think it would have been done at that. Like he's got to go, but it was let's just sweep that under the rug, But as soon as you talk about the LGBTQ community and you talk about women, that's it. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. He got to go now. Why wasn't it like that when he was saying the racist stuff? That's the thing that kind of had my head spinning. Like, wait a second, he's cool with saying that. But as soon as he says this over here, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Tony Dungy came out there and jumped in front of the bus.
He did. Him and Tarico.
Trico's Italian.
My bad. I forgot. He's Italian. I forgot. Yeah. He's not.
Black Tim Brown, former player. Black Charles Woodson out here. Black Tony Dungy.
Is this a common theme, right? With Tony Dungy stepping out and being the person who vouches for all these people who make these silly bad decisions? Because, I was told, is a big difference between mistakes and bad decisions. All right, and John Gruden has made plenty of bad decisions, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal." He talks this way, blah 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 blah. This is what happens, right? When you're an NFL head coach, you are a leader of men,
without a doubt.
This is you're supposed to be leading these men. When you talk about youth football, the coach for your youth football team, if you have a kid, they're supposed to be setting the example for how your kid is supposed to be on the field and off the field. All right. Not only the leader of men, but Carl Nassib on your team is an openly gay man. It's tough.
How is it? Players like how do you look at that man and be like, you know what? You can be my leader.
It had already started when you had Ngakoue at the podium. Like, no comment. So you already knew, you guys know as players, when you roll up there and they come at you and you give them the no comment.
Oh, it's something. There's boiling. It's boiling inside.
Not you know what, man? That's my coach. He just like, man.
I got his back. Nah, it was none of that.
The way he looked, he was like, man, no comment.
I'm gonna just straight up say it like this: it was wrong, it was reckless, irresponsible, and people have to pay for the stuff that they say and do, no matter how old it is.
Always
you never paid for it, and it came out. If it didn't offend you, it didn't offend you, but it offended a lot of people. All right, and that's the important part here. It was offensive. All right, so whatever happens. You make your bed. You got to sleep in it. If any of us make a mistake, we can expect to have the answer for those mistakes and suffer the consequences. And that's kind of where they are right now. But shout out to my man, Coach Rich, for finally getting his opportunity to be a head coach in the National Football League. And I think he's been very deserving of this shot, because when I was here and him coaching me, he was a great guy. He was a great motivator of men. He was one of those guys to where if I had a son and he was the youth football coach for the league, I would be like, hey, man, Coach Rich is going to get you right. He's going to say the right things, tell you to do the right things. Oh, and by the way, he lives his life the right way. Yep. Don't smoke. He always said, don't smoke, don't drink. I'm a dad and I'm a football coach.
That's exactly who he is. And that's the type of guy he is. And that's why everybody he got the most out of his players. I mean, they would run through a wall for Rich Bisaccia just because you can tell, like you said, he was living the right way and he was practicing what he preached out there. He didn't drink, didn't do any of that stuff, and he expected the same out of his players. So to me, I'm glad Rich finally got that job. And look, I hope he makes the most of it. I hope he goes out there and has a great run with these Raiders and he's able to, double play that again to get something going. So to me, shout out to Rich, man.
I just want his players to give him a fair shot.
Yeah.
All right. Because sometimes the association with whatever happens, and I know him and John been friends for a long time. I hope that all the players on that team see Rich for who he is and what they know him to be and give him a fair shot to lead them throughout the rest of the season. Because they have a good team.
They do.
They can still make some noise.
This is the right man for the job. I can't tell you how much respect I have for Rich. I still stay in contact with him today.
Same here.
He and I were just texting each other back just a couple weeks ago, and I sent him a text this morning. And I said, you are the right person for this job. And good luck to you. Because there are certain people who talk about substance and there's other people who live it. Rich Bisaccia lives with substance. And you walk away in conversations with him, he makes you want to be a better person. Like, hey man, am I being the best person I can be? So I think that they have. I will say this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Mark Davis may have found himself in the same situation the Clemson Tigers found themselves a couple years ago when they fired Tommy Bowden and then they gave Dabo Swinney the job. Now, it didn't start off where Dabo had this team playing in some national championship. It took Dabo a while to get himself.
It going, yep.
But when you talk about a person who knew how to get people to go forward, that kind of message, because Dabo's not an XO guy. He's a people person.
Yeah.
Rich Bisaccia is a people person. And right now, more than what you need in X's and O's, you need some people. You need somebody to get these guys to come up in here and go forward and do this without the hate and animosity in their heart, which obviously, if you're a guy like Carl Nassib, you could damn sure have some hate in your heart right now for a guy like John Gruden.
Be real salty.
I would say this, too. Aside from play calling and how they're going to get, replace John Gruden as far as his schemes and all that stuff, I think Derek Carr is going to benefit from having a guy like Rich be leading him versus John Gruden, because I'm not there and I don't know the relationship that they had, but you always hear that John Gruden probably didn't want him that much, and the respect factor and all that stuff.
I'll give you that story, right? I'll give you a story from a former player about that one, right in the break.
Rich is going to be a leader for Derek Carr, and the guy that Derek Carr can lean on and say, "Hey man, what do I need to do? What do you need from me?" And I think the relationship that those two have throughout the rest of the season is going to prove dividends for Derek Carr.
Without a doubt.
There is an ability for the Raiders to be a better team now that John Gruden is gone.
I would agree with that.
I truly believe that. And if you're Mark Davis, boy, you just got a whole lot of money wiped off the books. You don't have to worry about.
What was that, $60 million left on that thing?
If you what does Gruden tell his wife? What if they've been out here spending and making some purchases? Oh, we're good because we got $100 million. We go ahead and get that there. Like, ooh, you might have extended yourself on a couple of things.
Now, he still got some money. Now, I ain't
going to He's still rented up.
But when you're thinking of, when you think that you've got this, it's a contract.
It's in the bag.
We good. Oh, we're not good. I mean, it happens all the time. Happens all the time, man. Happens all the time. So, Cowboys face the Raiders on Thanksgiving Day. Former Cowboys special teams assistant coach Rich Bisaccia will be leading the Raiders. That is a situation, just as we always do. We look at all.
I might go to the game.
Oh, I'm going to go.
I might go to the game. No, I don't even go to the game.
I would, but I'll be working. But but I'll be watching too.
So it's something to look out for because they are on the Cowboys schedule. As I said, I think that there can be end up being a better football team in the long run, and maybe next time around, the owner of the team will use some common sense because he had a good general manager in Reggie McKenzie and Jack Del Rio. They were winning. You bring in John Gruden, where's the winning bit? I mean, they have gone backwards.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten his return on investment, I'll tell you that much.
Unfortunately, we do not have access into the locker room because the person I would really love to have a conversation with is Amari Cooper. What was that experience like?
Yeah, he was. How long was he under there? He was with Gruden, right?
Yeah, he was drafted by Reggie McKenzie with other coaches, but Gruden's the one that ran him out.
He did. Got him out there quick.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, you could almost guarantee that Antonio Brown will be speaking up sometime soon. You'll be hearing something from my man Antonio.
Keyshawn unloading because Keyshawn's a buddy of mine, and he was here, and he could stand that guy. I mean, you want to get him going.
Just bring up Gruden, huh?
Oh, just wind him up. Gruden said he made
I will say this. In these situations, it always confuses me of why some people they get so upset that somebody else is upset. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're mad about it, right? If you really take it to heart what John Gruden said or whoever says something racist or misogynistic or whatever, and you're upset, why would I be mad at you? Right? Yeah. That's how that made you feel.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you it's so many people like, oh, everybody's so happy that John Gruden did this, and I don't understand why they so mad. What do you mean? Because it don't affect you.
It don't affect you. It's not even your business. Let them handle that,
So long ago. What do you mean? We just heard about it.
2018 wasn't that far ago either. 2018.
Man, if you let them people be mad, and then you ain't mad, then that's your prerogative not to be mad. But let everybody have their own emotions, right?
No.
I don't know if you've paid attention to it at all, but it's been very interesting how ESPN has not said these emails came about while he was an employee of ours doing Monday Night Football. You notice they haven't said that.
They ain't say nothing about that.
They have run away from. Oh man, he was just sending out some email. He was sending out some email. No, he was your employee.
That's it. He wasn't working for the Raiders yet.
You guys are partners with the league, and this is what your guys out here doing. So
Monday Night Football.
Yeah. And ultimately, and I keep coming back to this, as I've heard people try to rationalize John and calling it cancel culture. This is what was in his heart. And he's revealed it over years. This is who he is.
Mad drunk or little kids. They'll tell you the truth.
Absolutely.
They will tell you the truth.
So that's what you got there. This is who he is. And I am not going to tell you, this guy will never be on television again. Somebody, he's done. No, this is America, and we've seen plenty of people get other chances and opportunities.
Give it a couple years.
Look at Marv Albert. So
he had that whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he'll be back on there.
Who thought Michael Vick would get a job in the NFL and then become a television commentator? So don't sit around here. For the people trying to write John Gruden off and say he's done forever, no, don't say that.
Let's make it clear here. Nobody's asking for the dude to have to go hide under a rock for the rest of his life and not be able to work, all right? No. What you're asking for is be accountable for what you said and what you did. Serve your time, whatever you have to do. Like when you brought up Michael Vick, serve your time, and then try to reintegrate yourself back into what you're trying to do, showing that you've changed and become a different and better person. Nobody's trying to get rid of the dude and tell him to go hide somewhere.
Be accountable.
You want everybody to be accountable. The same people that are upset about this will ask other people to be accountable for what they're doing. Right? It's nothing different.
And he could not walk back into that locker room with all those things that are said. And the NFL also has an issue here because they want to run around with these slogans. It takes all of us. On the helmets, in racism.
And racism on the back. And then you got
This is, at the end of the day, people keep talking about, so-and-so is a bad apple. No, at some point in time, he got a bad tree. And the NFL has to do some soul searching about what's going on here because they knew about these emails and they just still kind of just sat back. So it's almost as though they were waiting on the New York Times and everybody else to do the work for them.
Because he got the emails on, Friday? And he still coached on that Sunday, right?
The league knew about it.
I do wonder, how long do you think this man knew that this was coming out? Do you think he had like a heads up months ago?
Okay,
I'm sure, yeah.
Because you know the investigative journal.
All right, I'm writing this story on Barry Church. Church, do you have a comment? I have to come to you. I'm doing this investigation. This is what I found. Barry, this is what we found. Do you have a comment about this? Gruden gave a comment because when they called him, they laid it all out.
He knew it, yeah.
So at this point in time.
You think they laid it all out? Yeah. Or they laid that first part out, not aware that they had the rest of this stuff that was coming out?
No, because if I'm doing this investigation, I'm going to tell Barry, this is all that I have here. I want to know your thoughts on this.
Well, he did say, I said some other things as well. So they had to, he had to know.
You say so much stuff you don't even remember. I remember what I said 3 years ago.
Got to be more careful.
Yeah. By the way, our boy William Boykins, part of the show, he says, ESPN released a statement, quote, "The comments are clearly repugnant under any circumstances." Okay, thanks. But he knew. He had a knowledge because you're going to do that. Because ultimately, you don't want, when you're the journalistic enterprise on the other side, you want to make sure, hey, we went to Barry Church for comment. He gave us nothing. So that's something you do all the time. So-and-so declined to be interviewed for this report. That's what you put in there because you're not doing the total job. If you're not, because you don't know if Gruden might have said something. And he said, I was in a bad frame of mind because of that. I was on a mission and, I was just frustrated. So that's what he gave them. So they got a comment from him. So, yes, he knew.
He knew about it.
And then he just kind of sat back waiting.
See if he was going to sweep it under the rug.
Well, to see, it's like a politician. Can I get through this storm?
That's how you act when you frustrated, man.
And so
mad, drunk and little kids.
So what happened on Sunday? He goes to the podium. He does it. Then he's like, I'm not going to keep talking about this. Gets away. You got Tim Brown getting you back. You got Charles Woodson getting you back. You got Mike Tirico getting you back. You got Tony Dungy. So this man answered questions, tried to put up his dukes. Then he let it go, had people run out there for him, and he was good. It's kind of like, all right,
made it through.
Ended up like Deontay Wilder.
And then here comes the times, and now you're got, and you got to go ahead and move.
You got to go. Got to make
all right,
moves.
But most of all, congratulations to the opportunity for Rich Bisaccia. This is a guy who should have been a head coach, in my opinion, a long time ago. But unfortunately, this is a league that doesn't believe in hiring special teams coaches.
Not a doubt.
But he's got his opportunity. Good luck to him.
Good luck,
Let's
Rich.
take a break. Let's dive into the Dallas Cowboys and Dan Quinn's thoughts on Trey Diggs. Coordinator spoke yesterday. Cowboys getting ready to go face the 2-3 New England Patriots. Dive into that on the Players Lounge. Barry Church, Danny McCray, Newy Scruggs, right here on DallasCowboys.com.
Call him DQ, baby.
I'm back.
Honey, big news.
Gary, are you okay?
Oh, I'm not Gary anymore. I'm Jackie Flash.
What?
See, I want the latest smartphone, but the best deals are only for new customers. So, to get a new customer deal, I changed my name to Jackie Flash.
Okay, but the best smartphone deals at AT&T are for everyone, new and existing customers.
That's huge. Then guess who's getting a deal?
Is it Jackie Flash?
Jackie Flash.
It's not complicated. At AT&T, our best smartphone deals are for everyone. Restrictions apply. Visit att.com for details.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
This is the Players Lounge right here on DallasCowboys.com radio. Newy Scruggs along with Barry Church and Danny McCray. Cowboys taking on the 2-3 New England Patriots on Sunday. Mac Jones is a rookie quarterback. Trey Diggs has picked off everyone. So if you're picking off Justin Herbert, you're picking off Tom Brady, maybe, and I don't know, I got to check if he played with Jones at Alabama. I think they did.
Yeah, because he was been there since, like, he was before Tua and all them boys.
Yes, their team. Yeah, their team. So,
in fairness to Danny Downs, he didn't get Danny Downs.
He did not. Cox got Danny Downs.
Well, LSU, we good for something, baby.
Hey,
this year, we good for something.
He's North Dakota State, man. Huh? He won championships. He won championships.
He's definitely North Dakota State.
Did he go to LSU?
With North Dakota State.
Did he go to LSU?
Boss Man Fat went to LSU, but you don't claim him.
Who? No.
You ain't claiming Boss Man?
No. He ended at Kentucky. Jabril Cox ended where? Okay, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ain't the same.
The boot.
And I'm not claiming Boss Man Fat. He ended up at Kentucky. He went to LSU. I think he's gonna be okay. But I didn't see him. Hey, I didn't watch Kentucky play until the other day. They beat the socks off us.
Here's the true test.
Ain't no test.
Whenever he breaks a starting lineup and he goes on NBC for Sunday Night Football and he says where he went to school, Jabril Cox.
When he breaking the starting lineup?
I just said when.
I'm asking you when.
It may be 2 years, 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that's going to be the test.
We really forgot about this.
He's going to say his high school, trust me.
Because my man,
he's going to say his high school.
Because whatever we say, my man AB is out there balling. Okay,
he is playing
out
well.
there balling. So ain't no cracking no start lineup coming no time soon.
He might go the Russell Wilson route. He's like, I'm Russell Wilson, whole pack of Badgers.
There
it is.
For the Wolfpack and Wisconsin. So, like I said, I'll just be very interested to see exactly how that all works. But I'm imagining Jabril Cox will be in the North Dakota State Hall of Fame.
That's fine.
So we'll see. Because he won't be in the LSU Hall of Fame. That will not
That's
happen.
hard to get into.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's not. So he may consider himself a bison. So we'll go for it. Let's get back into Trey Diggs. Dan Quinn had this comment about Trey Diggs. Let's go ahead and play that one, Chris.
He's quiet by nature, but I would say don't confuse that quiet demeanor, this is a true wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, this guy is a rare competitor, and I love the way he goes after it in battles. And he's got some excellent players to go against in practice. So if you want to really test yourself, look no further than our own practice field. And he's definitely, usually up for that challenge as it goes through.
I don't know about wolf in sheep's clothing, because we saw it at Hard Knocks when my boy was going at Cooper in Dak. He was letting them know what time it was. So I don't know about wolf in sheep's clothing.
Well, he was saying he's quiet, probably a friendly guy.
Okay,
but then he got that Dez Bryant side on the field is what he's meaning, right? Because Dez Bryant is a wolf in wolf's clothing.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's one of the most competitive guys. We could be playing paper football. You know what I mean? What do you think this is? You got dubbed. So, I mean, I understand that part about it.
So, I mean, the dude's playing great.
He is, man. What is it 6 picks in 5 games?
Yeah.
God, no.
And the fact that we are sitting here thinking about how long can this streak go?
I'm like,
for interceptions.
I was off the train a couple of weeks back, bro. He ain't gonna get enough. Man,
I know you owe me something for that.
I hate to think that somebody doubted me for saying that man deserved a second contract last year.
Hey, let me tell you something.
He was early on that. Yeah. He was early. I give you credit on that. He was early.
He called him when he was getting toasted. All right, but we also chalked it up. Well, I did, because Church he want to put it on the players. Nolan was horrible. All right, I don't give it.
He didn't have an off season.
Nolan held everybody on that defense back. There is not a player who was better, who got better that year. And then all of a sudden he's gone. And name a player who has not gotten better on defense.
Right about that.
If you can find
I gave 50-50 last year.
I know.
I gave 50-50.
But find me a player who hadn't got better.
But Church,
it's gonna take me a while. Let me do some research.
Think about this, Church. So the vision I had, that even through this bad, I saw good. This man was gonna get on the second.
Boy, Pat, I see what you got going on.
I was doubted by somebody.
It's just impressive because he's getting it all types of ways. I mean, he's playing zone coverage off. I mean, and he's getting these interceptions. Like, when's the last time you saw a DB on that deep ball be able to track the ball better than the receiver was able to?
Pat P.
Pat P. And he's a legendary corner.
And he's great. And to be listed up there with some of those guys, some of those Stephon Gilmores, those Richard Shermans, those Darrell Reeveses, to where at some point in time they're not going to be throwing his way.
Oh yeah,
so
AB, get ready.
AB's gonna have to get his cleats ready, tie him up. AB. Him and Jordan Lewis, they're gonna have to get ready. But what we've seen is they've both been ready to stand up to that challenge.
Roll Tide.
What makes him?
They just lost the end. Get out of here.
What?
Because Diggs wasn't out there.
Yeah.
What makes him such an impressive corner?
I know you ain't talking about no SEC losses.
First of all, he talking about because Diggs wasn't out there. Do you remember when Jamar Chase that was there and Justin? Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't you do that now.
Can we give it back to Diggs?
Okay,
can we give it back to Diggs?
Alabama lost by a couple points. It's not like they went out there got beat by 20 at Kentucky.
Yeah, we still riding that national championship wave. It's cool. Okay, what you talking about, Church?
Your boy gonna get caught. You see when Kentucky roll up in LSU by 20? You was drinking. You was out drinking. Dancing, eating cheese, so I'm just saying, while you were enjoying yourself,
we ain't never forfeited a game.
Kentucky took them to the woodshed. Alabama got into a shootout with A&M, and they lost.
Bro, y'all didn't even show up to the game. Y'all forfeited. They like, all right, hey man, I don't think we could do it.
They lost to a basketball school.
His team didn't get off the bus.
Okay, you know who the most successful coach? Pembroke won on Saturday.
Congratulations.
The most successful coach in Kentucky history is Bear Bryant. Like in the 40s.
That's a while back.
Here's Ed Ogeron, all that money. LSU went up there, got destroyed.
I'm saying, listen, when we won a national championship, we lost to Kentucky. So I'm okay with that.
So I bring up Trey Diggs, Roll Tide. You want to sit up here and giant, okay. It got beat by Jimbo Fisher. Okay. It happened.
They weren't even ranked. You act like Jimbo Fisher had a number 1 team. They weren't even ranked.
How we go for
They just lost to Arkansas.
At the end of the day, Alabama's most likely going to be in the college football playoff. Had a bad day. The man got one bad day in 10 years? Okay, had a bad day.
Oh man,
had a bad day. But yes, let's go back to Nick Saban.
That's the last game he lost in the last 10 years.
A Nick Saban coached player in Trayvon Diggs, who's leading the NFL, who I said deserved a second contract.
He was getting cooked.
Let me ask
what are you talking about?
Because Mike Nolan was serving him up to get cooked.
Yeah, he was.
He got swipe out here in the wrong places.
We are way off the track right now.
You got people saying trade me. I can't take it. You got all this. So yes, everything was
bad.
He
got better.
Everything was bad. But even through the bad, I saw the good in the man. I saw the good in Trey Diggs.
Switzerland.
Second contract.
This man don't want to answer no question. Who better? Who there? He is Switzerland. I think they both good.
I told you. I told you. So go ahead, Barry. Go ahead.
So back to the question. Let's get back on track. We was X-gaming over here for a little bit. We was all in the dirt bike. We was all over here. Let's get back. What makes Diggs an elite corner right now? Like what separates him from everybody
Ball
else
skills.
out there? Exactly.
Thank you.
Ball skills. A lot of guys can Byron Jones. A lot of guys can cover you, make sure that you don't catch the ball, get a PBU. But when you can turn that regular PBU play into a big play, an opportunity for your offense, who is rolling right now, to get the ball and go down the field and take a lead or close the game out, that's when you become that special cornerback. And he is, I think he's not just because he has 6 picks. I haven't seen a guy with those type of ball skills playing cornerback since I seen Patrick Peterson in his heyday making those type of one-handed grabs on fade routes. I haven't seen it.
Like you said, he's playing the ball in the air better than the receivers. I mean, you see it 9 times out of 10, these corners, if they're getting beat, because he was beat by a couple yards. I mean, that was a bad throw.
He looks faster, too.
He did.
He looks faster than he did last year.
I mean, the way he was able to come back on that dude was unreal. But you see a lot of DBs out there, they start to panic. You know, when the ball's in the air, oh, snap, I'm getting beat. I got to hurry up and catch up to this guy. They start throwing their arms up, tackling the dude, pass interference. We've seen it in 2 occasions right now. The Philly, when he was going against Smith, when out outside, he was able to go around Smith to pick the ball off, and then we see it on that deep post. Instead of fouling the guy or running him over because he caught up to him, he tracked the ball well, went up there. What does Maxie always said? Highest point. Went up there to the highest point, got the pick, and I think that's what separates him. Just his ball skills, like you said, and the ability to not panic if he's beat by a little bit.
If I'm gonna be nitpicky though, all right, tell me this. If that is Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, do you want to see your cornerback trailing like that? No. Trying to I'm just
that's
asking.
a tub.
So you know what I'm saying. But I will chalk it up to this. He knows who he's playing. All right, he's baiting guys. I think he's like escalating his play to that level to where he knows what he can do and who he can catch, and he can tell the speed of the player that he's playing against. But like we talked about earlier, they're going to start scheming him on some of these plays. Right, when you jump in short routes, get ready for some double moves. All right,
I'm surprised nobody tried him yet with that. A slant and go, a hitch and go.
Well, they did, but then Anthony Brown ended up on him on the double move. Remember, Trayvon Diggs was over there. He something got the pick, and then Anthony Brown had to eat the double move. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. But I think he's going to be ready because he has DQ, has a defensive coordinator. He got out here. He got some really, really good coaches.
This might be the first game that they don't get a takeaway, and we're gonna see if they can win without.
Bro, are you gonna say this every week?
No, I only said it once, and this is the second time. This is Bill Belichick now.
Newy, are you gonna chime in on this?
This is Bill Belichick.
Mac Jones and Josh McDaniels may just come up and say, "Look, we're not gonna throw this way. We're not even gonna chance it." I can see that happening. Hey, go over here. And my other question is, who does he travel with this week?
They don't really have
That's why I said.
That's why the matchup's going to be these tight ends versus our linebackers in that core. Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, they've been coming along lately these past couple weeks. So I think that's going to be the matchup because I don't really see, like you said, I don't really see them. They got N'Keal Harry on one side. Their leading receiver is Jacoby Myers. I don't really see them try or testing these corners a lot. So I think the matchup is definitely going to be on the inside with these tight ends versus our LBs.
Well, listen, weather's going to be bad, supposed to be bad. I think it's going to be one of those messy games, right? Where you're running. I think it's going to be, and that's what I think is we are going to get turnovers, be it interceptions or caused fumbles. I think it's going to be another game. It's going to be a sloppy game. We might give one up, but I think we're going to get more than they do.
That's true. This is true. What you over there looking up, my guy?
I'm trying to actually get something done here. Chris Beam and I are having a little off-air conversation here, so trying to get something done here.
Okay, a little off air. All right.
Well, I never heard somebody not go to Alabama who rolled tide Alabama.
And we done made it back to the.
Just saying, since we had time for that.
We gotta take another break, man. We done went by. Well, we gotta take one more break, man, for the last segment, man.
You see, if I was evil, I'd run up here with a Kentucky shirt on. I didn't say anything yesterday, none at all, man. They don't
sell Rydell Kentucky shirts.
Russell Athletic. And we are now in Adidas school. USC Pembroke is now in Adidas school, and I'll have you know that Russell Athletic is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett's on point.
I can't tell you go to USC Pembroke the way you over here vouching for Alabama and Kentucky.
Hey, man, I grew up as a child. My folks are from Alabama, so as a child, we grew all up around.
We heard
Alabama
this before.
Football. So you want to sit around here poo-poo, but this is all a deflection. It's a deflection. He deflected.
Who else you a fan of?
We got to take another
deflecting.
break. We way over. Right
Maybe
now.
Mark Stoops is coach at LSU next year. We'll see. We'll see.
Man.
All right, yes, we do need to take a break right here on the Dallas Cowboys Network. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com.
Organic pumpkin smoothies are back at Smoothie King with at least 13 grams of protein each and 5 options to choose from. It's easy to find a favorite to help you reach your goals, like the new Keto Champ Pumpkin, packed with a whopping 23 grams of protein and 9 net carbs. It's a quick and nutritious meal on the go. So order online or through the app for pickup or delivery. And power up with pumpkin and protein. Official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way.
Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Hi, I'm Clint Tillison with United Ag and Turf. Before you can park yourself in front of the game, park yourself in a John Deere and power through your chores. Our Land Run package is a 1025R, 25 horsepower tractor with a loader, rotary cutter, and a box blade for $229 a month. And the price you see is the price you'll pay, no surprises. So don't miss another kickoff.
Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com. Offer ends February 1st, 2021. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Now let's get to work.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Download the official app of the Dallas Cowboys to get access to in-market broadcasts, mobile tickets, daily podcasts, live pre- and post-game shows with your boy Barry Church.
Oh, of course.
Game updates and more. Download it in the app or Google Play stores. This is the Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. The Toledo Rocket, Barry Church, is in the building. The Ultimate Survivor, Danny McCray. He is here. They're both undrafted free agent Cowboys safeties, former players. I'm Newy Scruggs. Just a reporter for you know.
You say Emmy Award winner?
He did. He is Emmy Award winner. Yeah. How do you think we made the squad back then? I was thinking about that the other day. Like, how did we make that squad, man? Well, because we had a lot of safeties in there.
Because you all looked up to Orlando Scandrick.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Listen, that's what he said. He said he made you.
I'll tell you why we made the squad. Because sometimes, you know, you got to get lucky, okay?
Oh, without a doubt.
So we came in, it was me, you, Kwasi, and then they had Pat Watkins, they had Mike Hamlin, and then Ken.
No, it was Mike Hamlin.
Oh, the Clemson one. The Clemson.
They had Mike. Ken Hamlin wasn't here.
He was gone by the time.
They had Alan Ball, then they had Gerald Sensabaugh. Kwasi was hurt, so he could not participate in any other rookie stuff. Pat Watkins ended up hurting his groin or having like a knee issue or something, so he was out. Mike Hamlin ended up getting a concussion during preseason, so he was out.
It was a wrap after that.
So me and Barry went through rookie mini camp and training camp as the only 2 rookie safeties.
Reps.
So we got all the reps. And then those injuries started happening during training camp, and it was like we were getting more reps in the games as well, so we got to be seen more. Of course, we were cheaper because we were undrafted free agents, so we were playing on rookie deals. So really, all the chips just fell in the correct place for us to make the squad.
This is true.
Goes back to that saying Parcells had when he was here. You don't want to leave the huddle because you don't know who's coming.
I'm just glad I didn't wear 27, man. That's an unlucky number, man. Kwasi. Diggs got up out of there, and look what happened. We got 6 picks now. I'm telling you, get up out that 27.
See if you can land Will McClay for us this week.
Okay, I'll give him a ring.
Because I really want to go into starting to look at what the Cowboys have done these past 2 drafts combined. And you start to look at the starting players and the contributors. This is pretty impressive when you start to think about it.
These past 2 have been good. I will say that.
Watching Osa Diggy-Wuza up front, I mean, what he's done, Micah Parsons, what he's been able to do. You're watching Jabril Cox come in and make some plays. You're seeing CeeDee Lamb continue to improve. Trayvon Diggs is playing next level. Neville Gallimore was a guy that they were expecting big things from. You start to look at just what they've done the past 2 seasons to plug in some holes here and to make it work. A lot of teams are drafting. How many of them are making it work and making it stick with their program? So if you can get Will in here, I'd love to try to go over some of that.
How crazy is it, right, to be in the NFL locker room and have what I see as a rookie be the leader in your defensive locker room?
Yeah, without a doubt.
I think Micah Parsons has shown by his play that he can be followed by the rest. Like, play like me. And that's the type of guy you want. D Ware was that type of guy. He wasn't gonna give you a whole bunch of rah and all this, but you look at him and he said, "Hey man, play like me. Follow me out there. And if you play like me, then our defense is gonna be great." And Micah Parsons is that guy. I was like all on Keanu Neal and then maybe Tank. And Micah Parsons has emerged as the leader of the defense from what we can see outside looking in.
Just the energy he's bringing to it right now. I mean, every time you go out there on a practice or a game, you see this guy just hype. He just loves to play football. And like I said, he reminded me of Des Bryant back in the day. Just his competitiveness, just to go out there and it doesn't matter if he's at linebacker, defensive end, wherever you want to put him, the guy is going to scrap and claw to try to be the best he can be. And that's what once you got those type of guys in the building, the rest can be history, man. You can follow with those guys.
No, they said they got a dog.
Right kind of guy.
They said, right kind of guys. They said they got a dog, and he's performed it. Let's remember now. Draft night, there were a whole lot of Cowboy fans on social media not happy. They didn't like
including me.
And they traded down. Like, oh, you traded in the division, you traded down, and then they took this receiver. Now we got to worry about this receiver. So there was a whole lot going on there, and also another reason I wanted to bring him up because I was listening to my boys in NBC Washington. They do a podcast. JP Finley and Mitch and Pete. They do this podcast every week on Washington football. Man, you talk about people mad. They are mad at the team. Apparently, there was a Hail Mary that Jameis connected on.
Yeah.
And the DB actually said after the game, "Yeah, we weren't prepared for that."
See, that's the type of stuff. You can't make those statements.
That's
like an Antoine Woods talking about. Was it Antoine Woods?
Speaking of, no, that was the safety.
Like Antoine Woods talking about you can't go 100. Yeah, you can't go 100% all the time. Come on, man, you can't do that.
So they're asking William Jackson, one of the corners, after, "Hey, what's the problem?" He's like, "Man, I'm just doing what these coaches asked me to do." Oh, and so apparently they're telling him, "Play with your feet." He's like, "I play with my hands. But I'm going to do what they want me to do." So there is some dissension on this defense. People are upset. John Allen is sitting around here getting on guys and getting on coaches. And just so it's a thing of just we're here in our Cowboy bubble, but when you start just trying to check out what's going on in other people and just seeing the unhappiness in Washington and then Taylor Heineke, they done with him. I mean, he was inaccurate. They were just done. And their whole thing was, hey, look at what the Saints did. This was a winnable football game. We just didn't play well up there. That's what they're saying. And so that, once again, it makes me appreciate what Mike McCarthy is doing. You don't see any of these issues with his football team that as I kind of look around the league and you're seeing with other folks.
This year.
Winning cures a lot.
That was us last year.
It was.
Like everything you just explained was us 365 days ago.
And Jerry Jones today on 105.3 The Fan, his radio show, Jerry spoke about, hey, last year a lot of the advantages you're supposed to get as a head coach, Mike didn't have. So he has defended him throughout the process that, hey, I'm going to give him a mulligan. Last year were just so many things that just worked against us. And you know what? I got to give Jerry credit because Jerry has been right about, hey, he's a good football coach. Last year was bad. We made our corrections. We're moving forward. Let's judge him on now. And right now, judging Mike on what he's doing right now, yes. And you guys know, because you guys are with the Cowboys, there's a whole lot of hype around it every year when you think the Cowboys are going to be good. Well, in D.C., people were around in their media were pumping them up. Like, man, won the division, going to be good.
We're going to have the best defense out.
Because they went and got Ryan Fitzpatrick.
There were two things that stood out to me. One is how long have we seen Ryan? 15 years of seeing Ryan Fitzpatrick, but now you think he's going to be that guy.
Yeah, he is what he is.
15.
Well, I think it was more of like what they need. Like, we don't need much.
we got this defense that can stop anybody.
You can't stop nothing.
The guy who never gets it done, the guy who always wrecks the car turn forward, now you say he's going to win it. I didn't get by that. And then the other thing was, you check Ron Rivera's history. they've had a lot of years where the Carolina Panthers were good, then they were bad. There's a lot of
not consistent.
It wasn't like this, right? They've had issues, and so right now there's a lot going on over there in Washington that's a problem. And you already know where New York and Philly are. Okay, these are not contenders for the East at all. And the way the Cowboys are playing and what you're seeing here, they're going to have the opportunity, I think, to possibly win this division by 2 to 3 football games.
Yes, they're going to run away with it.
Let me tell you, I'm just glad Nolan is out of here, okay? Because you can see there's something that affected this team negatively throughout the last season. No matter what happened with the injury and all that, something was ruining the team. And you saw all the noise coming off the defensive side of the football, which obviously was affecting the team as a whole. Yeah. Because the only change this year is the defense and the coaches.
A lot of positivity going on right now for the Cowboys. A lot of positivity. And also just the Baker Mayfield wife tweet. That's the thing I think about. When things get bad, how family members jump in here.
You hate to see
that man must be moping around the house.
Yeah. The Browns lost. Baker Mayfield wife sends this out on social media. For all you quote-unquote fans who are blaming yesterday's loss solely on Baker, wake up. It was one hell of a game. That game could have gone either way. He left it all on the field. You truly don't know what you have. I have watched him give his all and change the entire culture in Cleveland. Yet, he gets so little credit for it. He never asks for recognition and continues to carry the weight day in, day out, despite the hate. If you're a true fan, support our guys, Baker and everyone else. The hate does nothing for them.
Sincerely, Mama Mayfield. That's what he sounds like. Leave my son alone. That's his wife.
Was it Brent Grimes' wife back in the day? Was killing Tannehill and all that? Was that
yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
You hate to see it.
Miko,
hate to see it.
Well, she's not killing. She's just killing the fan.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
you just stay out of it.
That's it.
It makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because now we talking about it. Let Baker Mayfield, he go home. He's a professional player. He's been playing football for a long time. This ain't the first time.
It's going to take a lot to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
I know he was probably, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so once again, you see these things like this. None of this is going on in the Cowboys locker room. And we have seen it go on before in the Cowboys locker room where wives have gotten up on social media and told fans to go eat this and that. And, we've seen some negative things here. So
Church said it, though. When you winning,
covers up a lot of things.
Well, you know what? Right now, let's just hope they continue to keep on covering up things as they get ready to face a 2-3 New England squad, which the Cowboys are favored by. You talked about inclement weather. That always concerns me because that plays into Bill Belichick because he knows how to use it up there in Foxborough. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers witnessed that this year. Barry Church.
Real quick, though, before we get up out of here. I know you saw what Herbert did, right? I know y'all saw what Herbert, and y'all was out here talking about Burrow better?
First of all, Burrow.
Did y'all see what Herbert did?
Hold on. Burrow had his team in position to beat the Green Bay Packers. They missed the field goal.
Did the man win the game?
Yeah, they won. They won. He played great.
Ask my guy, respect him. And I said, better quarterback. Again, I asked him, after this weekend's game, better quarterback, Burrow or Herbert? He says, Herbert. Believe I told you that last week. He has a better cast around him.
He does. Mike Williams went crazy.
And we've talked about that. I don't think he has a good coach.
Yeah, exactly.
The offensive line is horrendous.
I mean, he was in the hospital. He got knocked out the game. Then had to go to the hospital.
You already got your knee killed last year, and they still hadn't improved this thing. They out here trying to start Cowboy cast-offs. Xavier Ciafilo.
Hey, that sounds like a personal problem.
Meanwhile, what do they do? What do the Chargers do? Hey, man, here's a left tackle.
But this is the same thing we said about Dak. He left the field with the win right there.
He did his part. He did his part.
And it's Aaron Rodgers he's going against, not Baker Mayfield.
I'm just saying. Herbert's that guy.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's all right, man.
Herbert's that guy. We got to go. We got to go. Danny McCray, Barry Church, Newy Scruggs. Players Lounge come at you tomorrow, 12:30 Central Time Zone, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!